Namaste and good evening to one and all. Welcome to Leaders Connect 360's episode LC0171. Leaders Connect 360 is CSR initiative by Bija Training and organized by the Mask Leadership. I'm Rashmi Malapur, founder of Research Eye, content creators and storytellers. Leaders Connect 360 started with the specific objective of inviting 1,000 plus leaders and create a million leaders. It is an online hub where every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:15 p.m. we learn from top management leaders on Zoom Live, and once in a quarter in each city we have an offline meet to network, support and grow with the leaders. That's when we call it Leaders Create More Leaders. Currently all are muted and we will be giving you an opportunity to speak to our guest Mr. Vivekanandan, Direct Purpose Branding, Organic BPS, and panel discussion leader, Ms. Priyanka Bhatia, Ambuja Foundation, on the topic Purpose and Sustainability. Before you're unmuted, let me share that we are currently live on LinkedIn and this episode of LC0171 is being recorded. First-time visitors may click on the WhatsApp link, FB, and LinkedIn link in the chat box to get updated by joining us in creating more leaders. All in-house are requested to turn on your videos, which will help us in making the episode highly interactive. So are we all ready to interact with our guest and panel discussion leader? Then share a thumbs up or a smiley emoji in the chat box. Thank you. Before the introduction of the guest, let me also introduce Mr. Pankaj, Managing Partner, Bija Training, who will interact with our guest along with the panel discussion leader, Ms. Priyanka. I shall welcome you all. Over to you, Mr. Pankaj.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rashmi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, our guests. Good evening, all the visitors on behalf of Bija Training, the Mass Leadership, and the Leaders Connect. So, as the topic today is very interesting, which is called purpose and sustainability. And I believe each one of us in this room understand the importance of purpose. Until unless the purpose is not clear, we are not clear about what we need to achieve, right? And that's where the other part of the topic, sustainability, is also something very important, which should be there clearly understood by each one of us to go forward. So today we have our guest, Mr. Vivekanandan S, who would be the right person to talk about it and give us more clarity. So as I'll just share the agenda for the day. So as we are going to have our panel discussion leader, Ms. Priyanka, who will interact with our guest. Then we'll see that what people have understood. So we'll have that knowledge check through a quiz, which will be taken by our quiz leader, Ms. Uma. And whosoever wins will be given a book written by Mr. Ratina Paul, who is the author of the book Lead to D. Post that, we will have an option to ask questions. So we can have 3 to 4 open questions in the forum. And then we can have a summary. We'll have summary by our summary leader, Mr. Nellai. And finally, we'll have the vote of thanks. So before I hand it over to our panel discussion leader, Ms. Priyanka, I would like to officially welcome each one of us along with our guest through with a mode of a welcome video. So, Arul, can we have a welcome video, please, for our guest of honor and our panel discussion leader? Thank you so much. Thank you. So let us all welcome our guest, Mr. Vivekanandan S. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the forum. Namaste, sir. Namaste. So, without taking much of a time, I would like to hand it over to Miss Priyanka for the panel discussion. So, before I hand it over to Miss Priyanka,
Yes, sir.
Vivekanand sir, if you would like to share anything.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you all doing?
So, it seems
So,
Priyanka, you are
welcome
traveling, right? Are you comfortable taking it up from your vehicle?
Yes, sir. I'm on vehicle, sir. I will reach within 2 minutes.
Okay.
So I messaged Arul for same, but I can start if no problem.
Please,
but within
please.
2 minutes, I will reach, sir.
Okay, so you can initiate your first question, I believe, and then you can get settled. Will that be easy for you?
Okay, so sir, if possible, I can get 2 minutes.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
So,
Pankaj, you can proceed to the
by the
questions.
time you'll get settled, we would like to hear something from Vivekanand sir.
Okay. Let me start today's discussion with three important points or three important statements, which I think will set the context for today's meeting.
Right, sir.
Okay. Brands with purpose grow. Companies with purpose last. People with purpose thrive. These are the three important statements that we are making today. Brands with purpose will only thrive. Companies with purpose will only last. And people with purpose are only going to thrive. And
Great.
yes, and purpose is the underlying platform or the main ingredient for tomorrow's success in the post-pandemic world. It is just not yet another word. it is going to be, it's becoming a very important thing. More and more business leaders, management, companies, and individuals understand purpose. And
Right.
that is going to really matter. So that is the
True.
context in which I'd like to start the discussion today. See, we have all heard of Ikigai, the Japanese concept of purpose for individual.
True.
And there are 4 elements to it, which says, what are the 4 life's purpose? What you love becomes your passion. Then, you have a mission. Then what you're good at becomes a vocation. What you can get paid for is profession. So there are, yes, you are in a particular profession, but then you may have a different passion and you may have a mission which can be towards the world's need.
True.
And now companies will also have to become very, very purposeful in order to stay afloat, be very relevant to the consumers, because consumers are becoming very discerning. And hence I chose the topic purpose and sustainability. These are 2 words or terms which have a very wide and very in-depth meaning and subject into it, and it's a very vast ocean. But the concepts are becoming very clear today. Concepts are becoming very, very clear. And if business leaders, senior management, and companies can take this up in a correct way, then the road to success and the path to greater heights is definitely possible. See, everything cannot be changed overnight, but the journey, if not started, can begin.
So true, sir.
And it will make a big difference to all concerned, especially in the current world where this term VUCA, OCA, is a little overused, but it's very true. Situations are volatile, uncertain, okay, and ambiguous, and there's and in this VUCA world, if you have a strong purpose and if you have got sustainable thoughts in your agenda, then I think you are much better than the others who don't have. That's what I can say.
So true, sir. So true.
Yeah.
Right. Rightly said, sir. Rightly said. So, if I may ask you a question.
So
Okay,
thank you so much, sir.
Thank
I'm
you,
really
Priyanka.
sorry for that, sir.
It's perfectly fine, Priyanka. Over to you for your panel
So
discussion.
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Actually,
Bye.
I was on the way to home. I just went to office, so I was late today. So
No
sorry,
worries.
sir.
No
Thank you all.
worries. No worries. You don't need to worry. We have our team. Don't worry.
Okay. So hi, good
Thank you.
evening, sir, and
Hi, good evening.
welcome to the session, sir. So welcome all the audience. So as we know, today's topic is purpose and sustainability.
Hello. It seems there is some technical error. So let me initiate the question on her behalf. So the first question, sir, if I may ask, how do you define the purpose, sir? And what is the purpose statement framework? Is there any framework for defining a purpose? And are there any notable studies or findings? So if you can just share your understanding on this, sir, please.
Yes, I will do that.
Yes, sir.
Just a second. Yeah.
So I've initiated the question, Priyanka. So now you can take it up. I already shared the question with our guest.
Okay. So shall I repeat, sir?
Just a second.
No.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
See, purpose defines why does a company basically exist. Purpose is a reason for being, actually. So that's the very important part of purpose. It just defines why a company exists. It is an unifying expression of both commercial and social objectives a business intends to achieve for stakeholder profitability. Purpose also defines your brand, sets you apart from competition, communicates how you will help your customers or community solve the problems and helps define your company's culture. So this is purpose defined, and the ideal example of a purpose in a personality is Mahatma Gandhi ji. So he had a very clear purpose, and in his own style, he was able to get it done during the pre-independence day. So that is the definition of purpose. And businesses with purpose are the ones that will ultimately stand out, and it will capture the consumers' wallets as well as the hearts. So that is the power of purpose. And when it comes to extending the purpose further, having a clear and compelling purpose is now becoming increasingly essential for any company or brand to succeed. Basically, it's a higher order reason for a brand's existence that goes beyond just making money and thereby also adding value to the society. Coming to a purpose statement, a company should have a purpose statement. When you craft it or when you write it, it should be memorable, it should be aspirational, inspirational, sometimes even it could be poetic, to be the spark and the heart of the company which keeps the entire engine running. So if the purpose statement can capture all this, that's a very powerful purpose statement. I'll just give you one example, the service which we all use daily, Google. It simply says our purpose is to organize the world's information. See how powerful it is. Their purpose is to organize the world's information. So this is the definition of purpose and the power of purpose and how a purpose statement can be crafted and what all should it contain. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And it is beautifully explained, the definition of purpose. So, sir, my next question is, how can organization align their purpose with their practices without compromising profitability?
See, purpose should not be looked at as an individual thing or anything that is outside the business. It should be the part of the business itself. Once that is there, then whatever the company does revolves around purpose. Because, see, we all know about vision, mission. These statements are very popular. We are also now talking about purpose statement. So, why the company exists will come out of purpose. How the company will do business will be its value system. What are all the things that will do becomes the mission, and where they want to go will be the vision. So when the company is trying to or getting to finalize the values, mission and vision, it should start with purpose. And it should be integrated into the business right from the beginning by asking the question, why do I exist? Okay,
Yes.
Every organization has got its one main core purpose, which is to generate revenue and be profitable. That is taken for granted. What is the higher order purpose that is existing? If that question is answered and everything can revolve around this, then that can get integrated into the business as early as possible. And whatever you do should reflect that purpose. Then you don't have a real challenge managing the purpose. Otherwise, if you look at it individually, purpose may stand alone and it may not align with the business. And the starting point to this is they should be taken up upfront, discussed, and straight away brought into the business activities.
Yes, sir.
So that is how you need to align the business. For which the first thing is you have to discover the purpose. If there is no purpose which is there, readily there, one can discover the purpose through internal discussions. So that's the starting point, and that's how you need to build it into the overall business framework.
Okay. So, sir, what I
Yes.
understand, sir, it means that purpose is a motivation.
Sorry?
Sir, what I understand, sir, the thing which you are explaining, it means purpose is the motivation.
It is not the motivation, it is a reason for the business to be there. For example, whatever you're doing, okay, you're trying to sell a product or a service by
Yes.
which you are making money, which is revenue, you want to become profitable. But why do you do that? There
Yes,
must
sir.
be some other higher reason, no?
Okay.
Brands will have a higher reason if you ask that question. They will have a higher reason, companies will have a higher reason. That needs to be found out or discovered. Once that is discovered, see, I'll give you an example of the company that we work with, which is Muthoot FinCorp Blue, the Blue Muthoot.
Yes,
There is
sir.
a red Muthoot and the blue Muthoot. During their purpose discovery session, it was found out, and now the directors are using that. So they're saying it's basically a finance company,
Yes, sir.
which is into gold loans and other loans and all that. But now they are saying we are not in the business of pure finance anymore, but we are in the business of transforming the lives of businessmen and organizations. See where they have moved. The higher purpose, incidentally, they are doing financial funding, offering loans and all that. But they're saying our main purpose is to try and make the businesses do better and transform the lives of people who are working in those organizations in the company. And that is why we suggested an idea to them called Restart India campaign during COVID time, and people are not able to repay. They gave more time to people to repay and also gave them additional funding. This comes from the fact that they are purposeful. So that is how
Yes, sir.
you need to align what you're doing.
And sir, I think employees should also align with the company, because if
Yes.
the employees are not aligned with the company, I think the purpose and the sustainability, both things will suffer.
That is part two. So I was just saying, alignment is first, it starts there.
Yes,
Then
sir.
the senior management, the employees, the business process, your activities, your mission, everything should be aligned to the purpose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And sir, my next question is, sir, what role does leadership play in driving a purpose-driven and sustainable business culture?
See, leadership will have to drive this purpose very clearly, because if the company is going to ask these questions to themselves, no, like the questions are like this:
Yes, sir.
should I rise above competition? Should our products have a non-copyable differentiation? Should we build a customer base with a shared value and loyalty? Keep the employees more motivated, earn profits consistently, and achieve a sustainable growth,
Yes,
get
sir.
recognized as a corporate citizen, and also leave a legacy for the company to last forever. If the answer to these questions are all yes, then
Yes.
the leadership will have to drive the purpose, and they will have to take charge of it. They will have to identify the purpose along with the team, discover it. Once you discover it, you articulate it neatly as a purpose statement. Then
Yes.
you start activating the purpose in whatever you're doing in a phased manner. And then you take it forward. And at every stage, leadership should be very clear. Are we on the path of the purpose that we have already defined, or are we deviating from the purpose? Because every time you may not be able to follow the purpose. So it's better that the management watches that closely. And once they do that, once they take a grip of the situation, and the employees also come to know that the senior management is very particular of not deviating from the purpose, then everything will fall in place. Yes.
Okay. So, sir, it means that leaders' role should be very inspiring.
Yes.
And they should connect with each other every day. What employee task is there? What company mission? The employee should also know the mission and vision of the company.
Yes.
And fostering engagement is also very important. That innovation and long-term sustainability for that employee. So I think all these things should be in the mind of a leader for each and every employee.
And the leader should be able to radiate this thought to the employees on a very, if it need not be verbal, it may be non-verbal also.
Yes, sir. Very
But that needs to get communicated, and the feeling should be given that we are there to run the business in a particular way that where we do well by doing good.
yes, sir. Very well said points, sir. Radiate the points to the employee, because in some of the companies it happens that employee wants, but that task and everything is not clear to that employee. So that is the reason they leave the company soon. So these all are the things which happen. Thank you, sir. It was really well said, sir. So my next question is, sir, how can business measure the impact of their sustainability initiatives in meaningful ways?
See, in business, as we all know, there is something called as an asset situation that, you know where you are and what you're doing and what are the outcomes and what are the results and all that. Suppose, let's say the company is not truly purpose-led and they do everything to discover a purpose and then articulate it, activate it, communicate and all that. Then they should have a set of outcomes which they should be very clear on what they want, right?
Yes, sir.
Once they write down or list down what is it that they want and what is it that are expecting from it, then once you start doing this, you will start seeing the difference from the outcomes itself. Then you can refer from access, you are writing something to say this is what should be situation. Then you will be able to see the reality yourself. For example, when you say that I want only, let's say 2% of the customers to be unhappy with my products and service, and all the queries that come in should be resolved within 24 hours. If that is one of the metrics that you put, which is easily measurable, no? And since, as your leader, since you are very particular about it, you're caring for the consumer, your employees are also aware. So then there is a system, there is a process, and then people react to it. And then you know what the outcome is. Then you look at this metric and say, okay, how many complaints did we receive on email, on phone call the last 1 week? What is resolved? What is not resolved? If it is not resolved, why? And are we crossing the threshold of the 2%?
Yes, sir.
So you pick up each of the metric you define, in whatever it may be, which is connected to keeping the customer happy with the purpose in mind, and then you can analyze it. But we be very clear and having a very practical thing instead of a very esoteric or a very vague thing. We need to have something which is very practical, very simple, easy to monitor, easy to understand, and easy to analyze. So that's the way it should be done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, sir, it means that walk the talk, we can say in simple words.
Walk the talk. Prior to that, you need to define what the outcomes that you want.
Yes, sir.
Define the outcomes in a very clear manner. And once the outcomes are defined very clearly and it is linked to the underlying purpose, then you can measure it easily. No? See, many times these two does not match.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, what are the challenges do companies face in balancing the growth? Because it happens, the challenges faced by the companies with long-term environmental and social responsibility.
Yeah. See, one thing mainly happens is senior management does not want to spend time on all this. They think, okay, these are not going to give immediate results. I can't spend money. I don't have a team. And this is only for larger companies. And I need to run to generate my revenue month on month. They need to be profitable. They are running in that path. So that is the first challenge. Yes. See, there is a triple play that is at work today, which is growth needs to be there, and that needs to be profitable growth, and that needs to be sustainable. These are the triple play. Leaders have got a major challenge in all these three. If they focus on one, sometimes the two can happen. Three, third, they may not bother. Now, investing time, energy, and effort and money
Yes.
to ensure that you follow the path of purpose and monitor that does not happen many times. That is where they lose the grip of things. And consistent and profitable growth is hard to achieve after the global crisis because it's becoming very difficult for leaders to get to where they want to go. Okay. So then, moment you say words like ESG or CSR or
Yes, sir.
purpose, all these things get sidelined. But if the company embeds all this into the core activities and they are able to spend little more time, little more money and little more effort, the results are definitely far better. And that is what the research also shows. Research also shows worldwide this is what is happening. See, there is something called as the Stengel 50 report. STENGL, Stengel 50 report, which is a very popular report, which is very clearly proven that the top 50 brands in the world, which this American organization has studied, they have a higher rate of bonding with the customers and they are star performers. And that is all because of their purpose is embedded into the business activities. So this is a very important study that our leaders can
Yes, sir.
find out. And this is spearheaded by this person called Jim Stengel, who wrote this book, Grow. And he was with the Procter & Gamble as the global marketing head. And he says there are some brand ideals which come out of purpose, and that should be managed properly, and that leads to tangible business results, and the brands become very strong and unshakable. See, very interesting. In about 1980, in 1980, a company's valuation was mainly based on tangible assets. How much of building they had, the land, the machinery, stocks, everything. But in 2010, those tangible assets were only about 45%.
Yes, sir.
55% of those brand value became intangibles. So see the shift that has happened in terms of how the brand is perceived, how the brand is grown, and what are the various things they're doing, because the situations have changed rapidly and it is still changing.
Yes,
So, yeah, this is the feedback to that.
This point was very beautiful, that investing time for the leaders is very important. Because,
Time,
yes, sir.
energy, effort, and also money.
And
They
also,
think, why should I do that? Is not, and they should take a long-term perspective and they should have the courage to invest in sustainable and inclusive growth that delivers revenue, economic profit. Eventually, it will lead to shareholder returns.
yes, sir. So, sir, for leader, it is possible to grow again and again for the junior level and to discuss with them, because in every office there is an hierarchy. So, if someone wants to discuss, suppose if leader is coming and he wants to take a meeting. So, in most of the companies, it happens that they take a meeting with the senior management or they take a meeting with a middle management. But what about below that people, those who are working in the company? So,
Yeah, see, that's why you have this concept called town hall, where the CEO talks to all the employees. Then you have newsletters.
yes, sir.
Then you have emails. There are different ways of communicating. You have annual conferences, you have offsite meetings. And that's why I'm saying all this should be integrated into the company's business process, which is not very difficult. It's not difficult. But every employee should know what the organization leaders are thinking, and that can be communicated through email. It can be told to them in person. It can be told to the line managers. But there should be a conscious effort and a dedicated action plan should be there.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, sir, my last question is, how can small and medium enterprise, that is SMEs, incorporate sustainability into their core purpose while staying competitive?
Yes. See, MSME is very crucial for growth for the country, and MSMEs are the backbone of the country. And 60 to 70% of the total employment is given by the MSMEs today. And one data says in our country, 50% of the GDP comes from MSME. And without them, it is very difficult for the main companies also to survive. This is the background of the MSME. But they're all very small. They're growing. They may not have the bandwidth. They may not have the money. They may not have the support structure. They may not have the required talent to do this. But if the MSMEs are told, they become very conscious that they need to be purposeful, which they may be in some form, they can expand that in a phased manner.
Yes, sir.
They can do that in a phased manner and take a conscious effort to develop and grow that purpose consciousness step by step by doing things one after the other. Maybe two objectives or one objective in a quarter, and 2 years they'll be able to come to a better structure than what they were doing earlier. And that some effort needs to be there, and it may not be a very expensive kind of activity that they need to do, but they need to be very particular about it. They need to be concerned, they need to be particular, they need to spend time on it and keep evaluating and see is all this is giving them the desired result. See, for example, in this comes the concept of the DEIB. So we talk about diversity, equity, inclusion, and now there is something called as belonging. B has been added. So you want to make the employees belong to the company, small company. So diversity, they can ensure giving employment to women in that area. Equity, you can have a balance of men and women.
Yes, sir.
Then you can give them an inclusive growth strategy where they become a part of the business. Give them the feeling that they're very important to the company and be respectful to them. By doing all the small things, it can make a big difference. MSMEs can also do it, and there are some MSMEs who are doing it. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, sir, likewise, sir, you said being respectful to them. So it is very important concept in each and every company, that respect is always, as we have already heard, that respect is always given and taken. And diversity is very important, and equity. Because nowadays we are, if it is CSR or any other project, if we are working, so nowadays we want that equal opportunity. There should be no stereotype thought, equal opportunity to be given to men or either women. So thank you so much, sir. And I have taken all the questions, sir. So thank you so much. And it was really a pleasure to meet, sir. Online meet, sir. So thanks once again, sir, for your presence and engagement. Thank you, sir.
I want to add one more important
Yes,
point to the group. See, we should not think that higher purpose is something which is esoteric, which is above, which may not be able to work and all that. See, what we should do is we should look at this as two wheels of a bicycle. The front wheel will be the higher purpose, and the back wheel will be, maybe we can say, a set of 3 wheels, which has got profit, people, and planet. All 3 are important. See, profit is important for the business. You should be profitable. Then you should care for the people, you should care for the planet. And higher purpose should drive all this. Rather, higher purpose can be the back wheel and the other things can be the front wheel. When the business leader is cycling towards a growth, he needs to be profitable. Without profit, he can't do anything. He needs to take care of the people, not only internal, but the external people, but be very concerned about the planet because we don't have another Earth. We just have one Earth.
Yes, sir.
And already the kind of issues that people are facing, it is being told that the global warming, various things are talking. We are in a very delicate situation. And every organization, very small, but if they become very purposeful and they try to do small tweakings,
Yes, sir.
that can make a big difference. See, for example, in our office in Times of India, people were all using plastic bottles on the desk. What the company did was they gave a stainless steel hot flask Milton or Cello to every employee, so that they don't bring plastic bottles at all to the office. And somebody was monitoring it, Company said, we are giving you the bottle now. It's a good quality bottle. So you take it home and bring it. So they eliminated plastics in the office. Then instead of paper cups for coffee and tea near the coffee machine, regular ceramic mugs were kept. And maybe you can carry your own mug. So we reduced use of paper cups. Then better quality face napkin papers were used instead of thinner ones, so that you take one and maybe use it twice a day instead of throwing it.
Yes, sir.
Then air conditioners were switched off between 1:30 to 2 because the residual air conditioning is there. No, it starts from 9 o'clock. It is there till 1:30. If you switch off for half an hour, nothing happens. So you save power.
Yes.
Very many things can be slowly done, Now I think people are becoming very conscious about getting into electric vehicles. So many things can be done, but everything should have a clear and higher purpose. And the main point that I would like to say is we can do well by doing good. That's point number one. Point number two, we should look growth for all, and there should be growth for good. This on the platform of purpose and doing sustainable methods of business will definitely make the companies do well and be profitable and grow. And that the consumers will be able to quickly understand and appreciate these efforts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it from me.
Thank you so much, sir. And the bicycle example was really very different. So we ride a bicycle so many times, but we never thought like this. So thank you so much, sir. So, sir, my last question to you, sir. Kindly, you can help me. That two wheel you have explained. Second wheel I have understood, but first wheel was.
See, in whatever the company does,
Yes, sir.
it should go towards making profit. Otherwise, the promoter will lose interest, the company will lose interest.
Yes, sir.
See, for example, every retail outlet is being told to use paper bags. But paper bags are expensive.
Yes, sir.
Many of the retail outlets are not using it. But popular, well-known brands which are making money or doing well, like the Puma or Peter England, Alan Solly, these guys are all giving paper bags.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm just saying, how can a company look for an alternative material instead of a paper bag, which can be biodegradable, which can be a different material, which can be at a lower cost. So this will ensure that profitability is there. Okay. So whatever they do, it should be profitable. Two, it should take the people along with them, their own employees, their suppliers, their vendors. Everybody should be, the company should feel they are a part of us and they should be concerned and maybe try and help them or collaborate with them in some form.
Yes.
By doing these kind of sustainable things, then you automatically you take care of the planet also, right? Using lesser water, lesser electricity, biodegradable products, so many things. Your packaging can improve. By doing all this, you again go back to say, how can I become profitable? You tell the vendors, like, if you are going to come and deliver to me twice a week, we will plan in such a way, can you come and deliver once a week, so that the carbon outlay comes lower. See, somebody was telling, I'm not sure, somebody must be there from Bangalore, they'll be able to highlight to me on this. They're saying, restaurants are saying, bring your own cutlery. So you take cutlery from home, and when you take cutlery from home, I believe they're giving some discount in the food.
Wow.
I heard there are one or two restaurants. See the new concepts, and it's so in thing, people will find it very interesting to take it. They moved from plastic cutlery to fast food, I'm saying, a quick service restaurant. They moved to wooden fork and spoons, but now they're saying you bring your own cutlery. So entrepreneurs can do anything, and they have the bandwidth and they have the will, but only thing is that the focus should be there.
Yes, sir.
See, this is called how do we bring an inclusive capitalism today?
Mm.
You have a capitalist mindset, you do business, you generate revenue, make profitable. At the same time, you be purposeful, you be sustainable, and take everybody along with you, which actually is possible.
Yes, sir.
Actually is possible, but to do that, the leaders should take the necessary efforts and they should focus,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I understood that, sir. In my childhood days, we always think about it. Small things matter a lot. But now, from your session, we clearly understood, sir. Really small things, small steps matters a lot. Whether it is professional life or it is our personal life. So, thank you so much, sir, for this session, and thank you to Arul for taking me as a panel discussion leader. So I get a chance to interact with sir. So thank you, sir. Thank you from my side, sir. And thank you to all participants.
Thank you so much,
all
Ms.
team
Priyanka.
members, yes. Yeah.
Thank you. So Vivekanandan sir, thank you so much for making things so simple and easy to understood, and making us realize the importance of all the small things. That I can really see Priyanka taking the in-depth understanding from the small things, right? And as I just want to sum it up in a simple line that for having a purpose, it's like what you give is what you get, and what you get is what you give, right? So that's how that keeps us sustainable for a longer period of time. And this applies everywhere, sir, whether it's your professional life or personal life, whether it's terms of respect, it's in terms of care, anything. So whatever we give is what we get, and what we get is what we give back to the society. So yes, as I have also been able to get something from your your experience, and Priyanka has also got. Let's see what people have also understood. So I would like to invite our uh, quiz leader, Miss Uma, to ask a quick question, and let's see who's the winner for the day. Over to you, Miss Uma, for the quick quiz, please.
Thank you, Pankaj sir. It was an awesome show from Priyanka and Vivekanand sir. Like, it was really inspiring, and we learned a lot. And it has been a continued practice in Leaders Connect that every week we learn so much from the speakers. So, as a part of the quiz, please be ready with your answers. The question is in the chat box. Right answer will get the prize.
Please read the question also, Uma, that will help participants to.
Yeah, according to the speaker, name the campaign initiated by Muthoot Finance during COVID. Actually, there is a campaign name. You have to name that campaign name. He mentioned during one of the while answering one of the questions. I need the full name.
Our quiz master is very strict.
Yeah, because it's just a.
Okay, now it's coming. Yes.
Yeah, we are just testing the attention level, nothing else.
Nice.
It's not any
Yes.
rocket science.
But normally, do you give a clue in the program or not?
No, nothing.
No,
nothing
no
like
clue.
that, sir.
Shall we wait for another 30 seconds for the right answer?
Yeah.
Uma, do we get the answer?
No, I got half of answer from two people.
So maybe
So I
you can
can't give it to anyone this time.
maybe you
The
can give
answer
two
is-
books to them and combine the answer and
Yeah.
announce it.
If
You
that is
can-
possible, yes, we can do that.
Yes, why you can
Impossible,
just tell, just announce the person who has given 90% answer. That will help. Let's see who's that.
Sukumaran has given 50%. He said
Okay.
like restart, and Abdul Rahim has given another thing like India. He does like restart India. That is the answer. The campaign name was Restart India campaign. Restart is it's not the complete answer, and again India is not the complete answer. So Restart India is the Restart India campaign is the complete answer.
Very nice. Yes, Pankaj, over to you.
Okay, so whom do you want to give it to?
No, actually, it was given only after I have announced the results. So I leave it to Pankaj. Like, if you want to have two books, you can.
So we
distribute
give them the
among-
opportunity to ask a question to our guest. That's what we can do best to them, okay? And
Yeah.
we keep it safe for the next time.
Yeah,
So
sure.
we give it to Mr. Sukuman, Ajish, and Abdul Rahim to unmute yourself, and you can ask quick question to our guest today. And let's hope that going forward we have the complete answers to get the complete prize for the contest and the quiz. So congratulations once again, both of you, for 50% right answer. And thank you, Uma, for such a not a tricky question, but for a very intelligent question. Thanks for conducting it well. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Sukuman, Ajish, if you want to ask a quick question, you can unmute yourself and ask a quick question to our guest.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the nice session. Sir, could you just explain how we can maintain growth as well as sustainable?
This is a very pertinent question for all entrepreneurs and business to succeed. See, in your business plan, in whatever you are wanting to do in a sustainable fashion, which is going to cost money or whatever, that I think you need to focus, plan, and bring it into your annual business planning itself. For example, let's say you are doing a business. I'm giving an example. Let's say there's a company which is doing a business turnover of about 10 crores, and the company is making a gross profit of 1 crore, 10%, and net profit is 5 crores. This is a hypothetical situation. When you're trying to be more sustainable, when you're trying to be more purposeful, that's going to incur, the investment is going to increase, then obviously your profits are going to come down. So I'm just saying that if we can integrate this into the business itself, so that there can be a marginal pricing difference, which we called as maybe a green premium or whatever nowadays they're doing. And when you're able to communicate that to the audience or to the target audience, they don't mind. What I have found out is they don't mind paying a little more for quality products and services which are sustainable. Then automatically your profit is balanced, no? For example, for this 10 crores example, let's say they are selling a product at 150 rupees. All that you can say is, will you be able to sell at 152 or 153, which is a very marginal increase, but there is a sufficient value that the consumer is able to see. That again depends upon how you are activating the purpose and how you are communicating that. Right? See, for example, I saw, I don't know whether some of you must have also seen it. I wanted to buy Dettol this time from DMart. It was not available, so I picked up Savlon. In the Savlon label, on the left, it says Braille enabled. Braille language. So then I got very curious to find out, and it is saying the label is done in a form that even people who have got seeing impairment can feel and buy the product. The moment you see that, now I get a feeling that Savlon is doing something purposeful, very sustainable. Next time when instead of buying a Dettol, I want to buy Savlon. Now, if Savlon is going to be slightly more than price than Dettol, it's okay. It doesn't matter to you, no, 2, 3 rupees or 5 rupees. But this should get communicated. I never knew that label can be brain enabled. Right? And in some places they say there's a brand called Patagonia in US, which is a outdoor brand for clothing. It is very popular and they are considered to be one of the top 10 purpose-led and sustainable companies in the world, where they pick up materials from clothes from people, own clothes, and then they do something about it and give to other people at a lower cost. And they're saying you buy less. They're saying don't buy. They're selling clothes, but they're saying don't buy more clothes. But when you're by reading all this and checking all this, you tend to see where all are the gaps that are available, where you can do something a little more, communicate that value to the consumer and which he is willing to pay. See, all of us are willing to pay a little more if it is going to satisfy your needs and wants and it's really sustainable, right? At least I'm talking about one segment of people. And that is where companies need to focus and that they need to look at it. It is possible to do. It is possible to do. Theoretically, not theoretically, practically.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, thanks, Vivek sir. Thanks for adding all these great insights. And I would like to congratulate both the winners today, Sukumaran and Abdul Rahim, for participating, and also all the participants who have answered the question. Thank you so much for answering all these points. We'll discuss Sukumaran sir and Abdul Rahim sir offline. That will help us to decide who is the winner for today's episode. Yes, Abdul sir. Yes.
I just wanted to tell one thing pertaining to what Sukumaran asked. Next time, I'm sure some of you must have seen, but next time when you see a Zomato colleague, person coming to deliver, just see his delivery bag. No, they've added 2 things to it: zero carbon and zero plastic.
Zero carbon, zero plastic.
Yeah, what they're saying is we don't use plastic, but I think they are yet to reach there. But they've already started communicating. Zero carbon means I think they may ask all the delivery boys to have an electric vehicle.
True. Yes, electric vehicle to deliver the food. Yes.
Now, moment you see zero carbon and all this, on the other side, Zomato, you don't know, maybe quietly increasing the delivery fee by 2%.
True,
or 3%, and you won't even know.
Yes.
But moment you see zero carbon, zero plastic, that boy come and delivering to you in a paper bag, you feel happy that you're not adding something more
bad for the environment.
Additional load to the planet. But then, if your order bill is 350, if they make it 355, you won't even know. No?
Correct, sir. Agreed. Yes.
So that's the way these companies are also making money, but there is a market which is slowly evolving.
Correct.
Slowly evolving, and the moment you catch to it, then I think everybody in a small manner across the country doing all this, the load on the planet will come down, you become purposeful, you become basically making money in a responsible manner.
Very nicely answered.
Money in a responsible manner. You need to make money. Without money, you can't do charity. Make money, but purposeful, responsible, but it requires a lot of effort to be put in.
True. Agreed points. Very nicely answered. Very nice insights you shared. Thank you so much for that point. And we have we have one more person, Abdul Rahim. Yes, Rahim sir is here. Hi, Rahim sir. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening. There
Yes,
may be
sir.
lots of noise because I am traveling.
Yes, yes, we know, sir.
So,
You travel and you log in.
like
I know.
I'm
Yes,
from hospitality industry.
yes.
So one question, like in hospitality, we have like customer loyalty, and we
Mhm.
also like profit.
Abdul sir, your voice is little breaking. You're not audible. Can you turn off the video and you can talk, sir? Okay. Sir, your voice is not audible, Abdul sir. Okay, so we are running out of time now. We are running beyond the time. It's 7:30 now, so we'll have take one last question from the participants. Anybody wants to have any question with the guest today? You can ask one last question. Yes. Anybody wants to ask any question to our guest Vivek sir today? You can ask one last question. We can take, and then we'll proceed with the next segment of the episode. Yes. Abdul sir, if possible, if you want to ask the question, you can type the question in the chat box. We can read it for you. Thanks, Pooja. Thanks for his input. Thank you so much. Yes. So, okay. Until Mr. Rahman types his question, we'll have proceed to the next segment. Yes, Nellaizer, I would like to invite Nellaizer for summarize the episode of today's episode. Yes, Nellaizer, it's over to you now. You can summarize as we are running out of time. You can put it as a short summary that will help people to catch it very fast.
Okay. Good evening, one and all. Thanks to Bija Training and for this opportunity. Dear Vivekanandan sir, really wonderful insights on the purposeful and sustainability. And thank you, sir. And I would like to put a summary, key points. And on the, overall, the 8 points and the role of purpose in the business. And you mentioned that the business must discover the reason for being in the through the Ikigai. And even if you mentioned about the Mahatma Gandhi leadership before the India's independence on that. And you have mentioned that the purpose is a driver for the business success, and we should focus on the purpose and the consumer engagement and winning their wallet and hearts of that. And also you mentioned about the drafting the purpose statement, and the purpose statement should be memorable, inspiring, capable of igniting passion. It needs a impactful as a brand's vision and mission, like Google's. And the integration, the third point, and the integration of purpose and business strategy. You mentioned that the discovery and alignment is a key one. The first step, we have to discover the company's true purpose, and we have to embed in the overall business framework. Example, you mentioned about the Muthoot Finance and even the Restart India campaign also. On the fourth, and the leadership roles and the purpose-driven culture, and the motivation and legacy, and the leaders should play the critical role on the fostering a purpose-driven, sustainable business culture. And the communication and engagement is a key one. And the purpose should be communicated both verbally and non-verbally within the organization. So employees understand, engage with, and align with the company's purpose. And you have mentioned about the 3Ps sustainability, that is people, planet, profit. And on the business outcome and sustainability, and we have to accept and measure the outcome, and we should ensure the metrics should be much easy to monitor and analyze and ensure, and they align with the company's purpose. And also you put an example that addressing customer complaints within 24 hours to maintain the satisfaction. And the triple play on the sustainable growth, and you mentioned about the senior management role. The senior leaders must ensure a consistent, profitable, and sustainable growth. This includes investing in the monetary ESG initiative with a purpose and the guiding principle. And you mentioned about the Stegel 50 report, and as well as Jim Stennell's book of Grow, which discuss about the how ideals drive growth in the world's top company. And also you have specified the example of Savlon, how introduced the first ever Braille enabled pack, and Zomato's zero carbon and zero plastics. And the eighth one is the communication and employee engagement. And the company can widely communication through newsletters, town halls, and annual meetings as effective channels to convey management's visions and purpose to all employees, The consistent communication will help and align the entire organization. The last point, the small and medium enterprises, the SMCs, and which contribute the 50% of GDP, they are the backbone of the national growth, and they can do the involved, phased and structural approach, setting a clear objective in each quarters, and also inclusive and social responsibility. They can emphasize women's employment, inclusive growth, equity, and respect for society is a key for SMCs to stay competitive and purpose driven. Thank you, sir.
Awesome, awesome, Nallai sir. Thank you so much for the beautiful, wonderful summary of today's episode. That was very nicely captured, Nallai sir. Thank you so much. Wonderfully done. Nallai sir, I would request you to please have a small introduction of yourself that will help people to know you better.
Yeah, I'm Nalinayagam, based from the Chennai. I'm working as a senior manager quality in viral confliction system.
Very nice. Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to add that Mr. Nallai is our committed leader of our Leaders Connect 360. Thank you so much, Nallai sir, for taking up this role. Yes, Vivek sir, he's a committed leader of Leaders Connect 360. Yes.
Very nice.
Very nicely narrated, Nallai sir. Thank you so much for that. And yes, Mr. Abdul have mentioned his question in the chat box. I would like to read the question for you. Is that okay, Vivek sir? Can I read the question now?
Please, please.
Yes, the question is, how do we balance customer loyalty and revenue generation into business strategy, since both are important for sustainable business operations?
See, coming to customer loyalty,
yes,
that is the most important thing or aspect for any brand or for any service. And without customer loyalty, the repeat purchases and the continuous purchases may not happen. If that doesn't happen, then the company loses its market share, loses business, loses profitability, everything happens.
agreed.
Okay.
Sir.
Now coming to the second point, customer loyalty is becoming very, very finicky. It is reducing by the day. For example, going back to the same DMart example, you go with a particular idea to buy a certain set of groceries or staples in your mind, and you don't want to change. Moment you go there, looking at the offers and all that, automatically you switch brands. Unknowingly.
Yes.
For example, I normally use this Colgate Plax mouthwash.
Yes.
That day when I went there, they are doing a promotion for Listerine. Immediately your loyalty is switching. You are not wanting to hold on to Colgate Plax.
Correct.
Okay. Second thing, you want to buy Britannia Bourbon. Then suddenly by the side of it, you see Unibic giving some other offer. Now, to answer Mr. Rahim's thing, I don't know whether loyalty exists at all today. Loyalty is just going day by day. See, unless you're very particular, like for example, I know a friend, he was saying that his family doesn't want to use, or rather his wife doesn't want to use anything else other than a Mysore sandal soap. Being a personal product and all that, she doesn't want to change. But otherwise, kids are now changing. No, they're saying Mama Earth, whatever. I don't even understand. So loyalty is a very tricky thing. That is where, when your product, you give a quality product, quality service, quality delivery system, it's distributed. If you embed purpose into it, then those brands are not shakeable.
True.
See, in India, one of the most popular or the number one brand in terms of consumer value, I think it's the Taj Group. You are from the hospitality industry. Taj.
Right.
In spite of pricing and all that, people are not able to move Taj. So many hotel chains have come, but that's because of the Tata Group's ethics, Tata Group's purpose, Tata Group's value system, their vision, mission, everything is there. This shifting of loyalty is the most toughest thing today. To retain customers are very difficult. It's like people wanting to switching channels on a cable TV. Kids are switching channels for in every 2 minutes. I can't sit next to my daughter and see television. You know, I get so irritated. They keep changing and parallelly they keep saying there's an attention span deficit. Now, going forward, retain customers are going to be a very, very big challenge. So you need to be very purposeful, communicate the purpose, ensure that he doesn't go anywhere.
Correct.
It is like, I know a friend of mine who still buys from the corner grocery shop.
Okay.
Because he says, Vivek, he has been helping me for years and he is the one who helped me during COVID.
Okay.
I don't want to go to a big basket, or I don't want to go to Amazon and order. What is the big saving that I will get? I will go to that shop, and that man has got the loyalty because you get various other benefits. No, he says if his house is available for rent, he fixes somebody.
Okay.
Then if the maid is having a problem, he can set up an alternate maid. All this he says Amazon can't give me. And he's saying, what will I save by getting 100 or 100? So loyalties are, that is where,
yes,
that is where brands need to be purposeful. They need to really do well, do good. Keep communicating it.
Agreed.
Then you won't switch. No. I will say, okay, Colgate Flax is not there, and if it's a purposeful brand, let me go and buy in some other shop.
Some other, correct.
I'll make that effort.
True. Yes. Very nice point, sir. Very nicely shared. Very nice. I hope
now business leaders will have to look into all this.
Right. Now, I read somewhere also like customer loyalty is the Amrit that sustain business. Revenue is the byproduct of that loyalty earned through exceptional experience and value for money. So you
Very
rightly
nice.
said both the things, sir.
Very nice. So I hope
so many options are available for people to switch. No.
Right.
Yes. True point.
See,
Nice.
you go to T Nagar, you go to Panagal Park, and if your family wants to purchase a silk sari, everything is available in a radius of half a kilometer. No, you have Nallis, you have Kumaran, you have got RMKV, you got Chennai Silks, but then various other factors play. And if you are a Nalli customer, you will again want to go to Nalli only. Though Nalli is expensive, slightly higher, because you like the people, you like the lighting, you like the convenient car park, you like your car is coming when they talk on a walkie-talkie. Their salesmen are very well trained. They show how to wear the sari.
Right.
And it's like so many things are happening, and today to do business leaders know is very, very challenging. To do a profitable business is more challenging. To do a sustainable business is more challenging. To retain people is a very big challenge, no?
True point.
Agree.
Youngsters don't want to work more than 2 years in a company. When I say I worked for 30 years in Times of India, when somebody came for an induction program, after the program, I asked that boy, any question you have to ask in Times of India, he's asking, sir, how long you worked in Times of India? I said, that time 27 years. He was quiet for 10 seconds. He's saying, sir, don't joke, sir. I said, no, I'm not joking. I really worked for 27. He's saying, next question, how come, sir?
Happens, same here. Like same here. I am like with the Mahindra 21 years. So
very nice.
An offerable to GM now.
Now we are all rare
question I have been asked with many people.
Very nice.
Sometimes some leaders come to they say
there is no stickiness. So how do you bring all the stickiness? You have to do well, do good, balance, ESG. That is where leadership is becoming very, very important.
True point. Very nicely.
True, sir. True, sir.
I mean, wonderful question, Abdul sir. Thanks for asking the question and wonderfully answered, Vivek sir. Thank you so much for both of them. For,
Thank you, sir.
Putting it very interestingly. Yes. And very happy to know that you are working 21 years in Mahindra. Very nice, sir. Very nice. Pleasures. Thanks for sharing this point. Wonderful. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we are at the end of the session now. I would like to invite Pooja, Miss Pooja, for give a vote of thanks for the episode. Before that, Vivek sir, thank you so much for investing your time today and giving us more insights about the topic. And I would like to thank Priyanka for taking up the role as a panel discussion leader. Thanks, Priyanka. Anyways, you are on the travel mode.
Thanks to sir.
Thank you so much, Priyanka, for taking up the role today. And Nellaizer, I love Pooja and Rashmi. Thank you so much for the support, continuous support for the Leaders Connect episodes. Thank you so much. Before getting into the vote of thanks, Vivek sir would like to add any point regarding the Leaders Connect episode or any.
This is a very interesting initiative.
Thank you.
I got introduced you to Ratna Paul.
Yes.
So
yes.
You only said very interesting.
And yes,
and
I would like
what
to
is
thank.
what is very important is, as Dr. Kalam said, we are all living in the time where India is going to see as a country the best of what all is available to mankind.
Very nice. Yes.
And entrepreneurs and business leaders are going to enable that, along with the government, of course. They will be doing. And for all this, good leadership is very important, and that's where it will make the country great, and our products and services will become. And in all this, all of us have an important role to play, and that's why I was very happy to connect with all of you, because we can then become a very, very powerful nation. And today everything is available. Most of you will be able to agree with me. Earlier, when somebody came from abroad, we used to look at them as different people, and if they bring a brute perfume or a Gillette or whatever, no, you think they are the great guys. Today, when you go abroad, all of you will be going abroad. We don't pick up anything from there. No, one, it's not affordable. Two, everything is available here.
True point. Agreed.
Which is like making all of us better people to live. So we need to contribute to a better planet, better team, and the DEIGB. If we can take care, I think it is in that context I really enjoyed today's session with you.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much for adding these points. Very nice. Pleasures to know that. Yes, Pooja, it's your time now. I would like to welcome you for the vote of thanks for today's session. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vivek sir. It's like you said that the purpose should be within the company, like we should work with the company, it should not be outside the company. And the wonderful example that you're given is when we have the purpose, it's like Taj being the loyal customers, they're maintaining their values and all. So it's like you started with that and ended with this example for that. And I'm so every point that you mentioned is a very awe for me. Thank you so much, sir. So now I'm just going to read out about the Leaders Connect and all the things that are happening regularly. So let me quickly share you again the purpose of this community. Leaders Connect 360 is a hybrid model leadership community where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we invite a leader who is a master in their field to provide solutions for our real-time leadership challenges, much like the valuable experience we had today from our guest, Mr. Vivekanand. Additionally, every last week of the month, we invite an author to share the knowledge and insights from their book. Please follow our social media platforms to get updates about our weekly episodes and quarterly events. Joining our community is very simple. Just click on the social links shared in the chat box. It gives me an immense pleasure to thank our guest, Mr. Vivekanand, and our panel discussion leader, Ms. Priyanka, and Mr. Pankaj for investing their valuable time in sharing their experiences and insights with us. Guests and everyone in attendance, kindly accept our gesture of thanks through a special thank you video. We request our members and visitors to stay tuned till the end as we give an opportunity to introduce ourselves, which will help us network and know better. Thank you.
Wonderful, Priyanka. I mean, thanks, Pooja, for giving a wonderful vote of thanks for today's episode. Now I'm just playing the vote of thanks video for everyone. And before that, thank you so much, everyone, members and visitors, for joining today's episode. And thank you, Vivek sir, once again for giving us more insights on the topic. Very nice. Thank you so much. And thanks, Lata ma'am, for joining today's episode. Happy to see you. Very nice, very nice. Yes, I shall play the vote of thanks video now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.